Old School RuneScape was created using a 2007 build of the game. For those of you that played back then, you may remember an update that came about a year later. In July of 2008, specifically the 1st of July in 2008, there was an update that came into the game. It was called RuneScape HD. And those of you that did play back during then, it was a version of the game that was only available to members on launch, and it was a remastered version of RuneScape at the time. Complete graphical overhaul of a ton of different textures, a ton of different bosses, areas, all of these things. And for a lot of people, myself included, that's where we played a lot of RuneScape. I did start back in 2006, but most of my memories come from the 2008 era when these graphics were kind of introduced, and a lot of my memories are associated with it. For those of you that do remember this, what if I told you that there is a client in beta testing at the moment that is emulating these graphics and is maintaining the integrity of how Old School RuneScape is intended to be played? Welcome to HDOS. Before we get into the actual footage, there's a couple things that I feel like I need to say just before we get into this. One, this client is still in closed beta, so there will be bugs, there will be graphical glitches. The only thing that really matters is, does it run and does it crash? That's what we're really looking for here. Number two, I am not being paid in any way to make this video. I feel like I need to say it. This opinion and this video is my own thoughts, and there's no external force reinforcing me to say one thing or another. These are all my personal thoughts. Developers know that. Dude, this is like super nostalgic. Oh my gosh, this reminds me so much. Dude, like, look at this. Like, not even this. Like, this is like super nostalgic for me because it's like, I remember when HD RuneScape first came out. Like, I remember that day. I remember that login screen. I remember taking a photo of it on my Razr flip phone. That's how much it meant to me back then. Oh, and the lighting? Oh my god, dude. Let's go see where the house. My house does not look good, by the way. Oh wait, hold on. Does it have that run animation? It does. This is the super old. Oh my gosh, dude. And the trees and oh my gosh, it's so good, dude. It looks so good. What's the house look like? Dude, even the house looks good. The spirit tree with like the weird looking hat looks a little pixelated right now, but that's fine. It's in early access. I can't get over it. I don't know what else to say. Oh, this water. Oh, this water, dude. So good. It's a nice touch. It's a very nice touch that they kept in the quick chat and the loot share worlds, because obviously we don't have those anymore in Old School. But they kept the PvP world indicator on, which is great. I just find it funny that you also have the loot share and the quick chat. It's really funny to me for whatever reason. Holy dude. Okay, we're gonna play around with a few options. Okay, I turned on some options to just kind of see what all you could do. There's a lot, as you can see from this drop down menu. There is a lot. There's a lot of ability. You have a lot of ways to like manipulate how things move and how things look. So the first thing to do is you turn on bloom. And so here's what the Infernal Cape. So the things I want you to pay attention to is, I want you to pay attention to the house portal, and I want you to pay attention to the Infernal Cape. Okay, now we're going to turn on bloom. Like, it just gets so much more vibrant, dude. Just the vibrancy of that, the vibrancy of the lights. Like, you can see the vibrancy of the lamps or the candles inside of the actual shops. Like, look at this furnace. Like, it just looks so good. All right, and what are some other options? So we can force HDR, which things just get more graphical. So like, I guess the best way to do it would be, so look at the difference in like the textures of the land when I basically turn on HDR. When I force it, it just gets more defined. And then you can also increase the zoom. So this is what, you know, if you turned on the vanilla client and you just went to max zoom, this is as far as you could go. This is max zoom. And because this isn't like RuneLite where you have a bunch of those other plugins or whatever, they've enabled the ability for you to basically not uncap the zoom, but greatly increase your zoom. So if we do Control Z, this is now our max zoom, and you can see so much. And the thing that I like the most is that the graphical integrity is maintained throughout the entirety of the zoom. So it's not just like It's not like they only focused on the initial largest portion of your zoom, like the initial largest extent of your zoom. They instead made sure that if you were to zoom all the way out like this, everything looks great. Like, I'd be willing to venture if I ran out here, like, you can still see the bloom is still showing. Like, I can show you this too. Like, I can turn off the bloom and then turn back. You can see the bloom from all the way out here. And it's like super far away. Like, even as it's fading away, you can see the bloom. That is so good. All right, so that's one of the options. And then this is if you're kind of a I'm actually not gonna show this, but you can have it display basically all your FPS and debug information. You can disable the HUD, which is super cool. So like if you wanted to do like a graphical, like, you know, cinematic intro without like an orb of Oculus or whatever, this is what you would do. You just have this on and you can disable the HUD just by a hotkey. By a shortcut, and it disables everything for you, and it makes it immersive. It makes it very immersive. All right, let's find something to kill and we'll test it with that. Dude, just look at it. Just like, look how smooth that is. Look how smooth the animation is. And it's better than animation smoothing. Okay, fight me. It is so much better than animation smoothing. And like, bloom just adds so much to it. I just can't get over it, dude. Like, just like how good the bloom on the Infernal Cape looks. I can't get over. God, and the old teleports too. The old teleports are sick. They're so good. But they kept, because I don't remember the bank layout being like this when the HD graphics came in. So it's neat to see this bank layout with these graphics. It's a neat thing to see. All right, for all you cheesecapers out there, let's see what this looks like. You see, even the fire cape like looks good. It looks alright. I mean, it's not this, okay? It's just not. But it looks good. It looks decent, okay? Okay. I love what they did with the wings though, because in the actual like old school graphics, the wings on these are super pronounced, whereas these, they're almost transparent. So I'm curious what these look like. Again, they made it look like transparent wings, which is like, it's awesome. It makes it, I don't know, it just adds to the feel. It adds to the feel that these are like elegant and like pristine boots. The fact that the wings are see-through, I don't know, I just like it. All right, let's go see what the Call Fight Queen's gonna look like with these graphics, because I vaguely remember what it looks like in 2008, but obviously my memory has faded because, you know, big boomer vibes. So let's go find out. Dude, I just can't get over like how nice the house looks with this on. This just looks, it looks stupid how good it looks. Like, I can't get over it. Dude, like, you just feel like you're running in a desert. Look how bright this is. Like, hold up. Go back up. Go back up the rope. Hello? Thank you. Like, look how bright this feels. It feels like you're in a desert. Dude, lighting is so important. It's surprising how important lighting is. And like, now you actually feel like you're in a cave because of how dark it is. No one's inside. Awesome. Like, look at that dude. Got the wagon. Got a huge wagon. But like, it just looks good. Like, it just actually looks amazing. And everything surrounding it as well. And that's one thing that you're going to notice, like, with this client, is like, it's not just the actual mob itself, but it's the textures of the environment surrounding it that make it look really good. So like, you can see like the textures on the individual workers and the texture on the ground and the texture on the rocks, and it's just all the texturing from 2008 that kind of added to that HD vibe all are apparent here, and that's what it creates, this like complete package of what just looks good. But yeah, it looks really nice in here. Like, I am surprised. That is so weird to get used to, that you can't shift drop, or you can't use, you know, shift for stuff. It looks so good. Oh my gosh. And so it's super nostalgic. And for me, like back in 08, I wasn't really at a point in my account to where I could go do all the bossing. So being able to go through and do these different bosses now with these graphics is like, oh wow, look what I missed out on back then. And look at okay, you saw it right there, like the gradual darken, almost as if like your eyes are adjusting to where you're at now. It's so well done. It's so well done. So I completely stumbled over my words here, but basically what I was trying to say was that what's really nice about this client is that the developers behind it, the two of them, are super in touch with the testers. They are constantly talking with us and communicating. Like if we report an issue, or if we report like a funny bug or a funny image that we find, we can report it to them, and usually within a couple hours they will at least notify us, not notify us, but they will let us know that they've seen it and either ask us to make a bug report on it or to try to recreate it through like a GIF or something like that so they can see it. They're basically trying their hardest to try to fix all the issues that we bring to them. And it really kind of shows in the work that's been done on it so far, because this is really just a passion project for them. They've been working on it. They're not getting paid to do this at all. This is what they've wanted to do. They've wanted Old School to kind of look like how it did back in '08 because it was possible, and the concept of this was possible back then, and they kind of want to bring that back, and it's all a passion project for them. So they're doing a great job, and they're just super communicative, and that's all I wanted to say, really. Oh, dude, I just realized that the herbs look different. The herbs have the same look as they do back in 2008. I didn't even think that those sprites would have changed. It's so accurate. Ah! I didn't think I'd be this giddy over a grimy herb, but like, the attention to detail, dude. The attention to detail is so good. It's so good how much they actually care about trying to recreate this as it was back then. All right, let's go check out some more bosses. Like, I am so pleased. Even the sandwich lady's updated. Even the sandwich lady. Yes, dude, let's go. All right, let's go check out some more bosses. God, this client just looks so good, dude. All right, let's go see what the Smoke Devil layer looks like. I'm not really expecting the Smoke Devil to look completely different because it is newer content, but I do think the texturing of the Smoke Devil layer will look very nice. I did not even notice that they had changed the sprites for the Dragon Claws. These are the definite old sprite of them, and it looks really nice. It looks very nostalgic. All right, let's go. Ooh. Ooh, look at the pillars of fire. Ooh. Ooh. It looks very nice. And all the ground and all the bodies and the dirt and the walls. It all just looks good. All right. Is anybody in here? No one. Haha, mine. Ooh. I never noticed that I didn't notice that animation of the imbued heart when you use it, but that looks nice. This is after the fact, but look at the claw spec. I never noticed that. Yeah, I will definitely say that for having, like, when you have animation smoothing on this client versus like having it with the normal RuneLite client, it looks so much better in this client just because the animations kind of match the level of detail compared to its surroundings versus like on RuneLite where you're having like these really smooth animations but with rather, I don't want to say choppy graphics, but they're more so outdated graphics. So you have smooth animations mixed with older looking graphics, and it just, to me at least, it looks weird. But here it kind of, oh no, it fits. This is kind of, it kind of makes sense that you have these smoother animations with these nicer looking graphics. But yeah, like when you have bloom on these bosses, like let me see if it looks any different when I turn it off. So hold on, there we go. So the bloom doesn't really affect the boss here exactly because, well, again, updated models. So they haven't touched these models yet, but they will at some point in the future. But as of right now, these bosses haven't been touched. So it'd be interesting to see what these look like. Oh my gosh, that high out. So that's kind of a neat thing. So the animation that you do for this was the '08 animation of High Alchemy, but they kept the sprite of the original one. So you have the glowing, the pulsating yellow light with the animation of the '08 High Alch. It's pretty neat. I like that. It was kind of neat. But yeah, that is, I'll do one more kill for you guys so you can see just how bad I am at doing this. Hold on, I'm probably on a terrible world. I think I'm on 302 still. I am. Everyone thinks I'm staking. Oh god. You can see how much lag there is on this world. Good lord. But yeah, that is a Smoke Devil layer. It looks very nice, with smoother animations. It really fits the level of design with the area. So right now I basically have animation smoothing off. That's not what it's called in this client, but that's what it is. That's what most people will recognize it as. But if I turn it on, they look like they belong here. Like they look like they belong in this style of client, this style of graphic. So very neat to see. That's probably a bug that needs to be at least addressed. But again, like I said, like I'll say later on as well, it doesn't affect you actually playing it. It's just a minor inconvenience when you are testing a beta of a new client. So yeah, we're going to move on to one that I am heavily looking forward to, and we will get to that in the next clip. All right, I got my crop top on, I got my blowpipe, I got my twisted bow in my inventory. We are ready to go look at Jad, because I'm curious as to how the entire fight caves look, because if I remember correctly, the entire cave got a graphical update during the HD remake. So let's see. Let's look at these bats. Get this bastion first. Yeah, like look with bloom on. Like look how good this looks with bloom. Just like the particles and like how vibrant the bats look. Oh, it looks so nice, dude. It's kind of overwhelming though when you zoom out all the way. Like it does kind of something weird to your eyes, but they look so good. Like all the details and everything it just looks like, we'll try this out, like Control B. Yeah. You can see just how vibrant those get when you turn it off versus turn it on. But yeah, look at these mini blobs. Like you can actually see that they're supposed to be lava creatures. Like they're basically molten lava creatures is what it looks like. Because they've got the rock that's like molten rock, but then you can see like it's all lava basically in it. And even the mini ones, you can see it too. And everything just looks so smooth when you have, what is it, like the force tweak or whatever, basically animation smoothing, but for this client. It just looks like, it just moves like butter, dude. So good. There's one thing that does need to be looked at though, is when you attack move with the blowpipe. I'll try to emulate here, but you can see when you one tick move with this, you basically just slide. Like there's no running animation, it's just sliding. And I guess that's because the animation that they're using isn't compatible or isn't like fully rendered, I guess, with this client. But it still looks good. Like again, these are not like any issues that I'm bringing up. They're not really issues, right? Like they're just minor things that I'm noticing that I'm just calling out. That's it. So from an operational standpoint, like this runs completely fine. I probably don't even need that, but this runs like smooth. Like I have not had any issues yet using this. This client runs completely fine. And for how much graphical like rework is done in this client, I'm surprised that there's no crashing, there's no stuttering. It runs as smooth as RuneLite. And again, that might be because of the like computing power that my computer has. Maybe, your mileage may vary based on the kind of computer you have. But no, like these things look good. Like the Rangers, again, you're noticing that you're really able to emulate these are lava creatures. You can actually see the lava and then see the molten rock that surrounds them. It just makes it look so good. All right, this is the final Ranger before we get to the melees. And something that did notice about this, and this may be held true to how it was back in 08, but when you get the duplicate wave, there's no graphical difference between the two. And so that's it. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that Chad. Oh, the melees look so good. Like so much better than in OS. Like it looks so good, dude. Oh, he's like a freaking Stegosaurus or something like that. I don't know, but it looks good. It looks menacingly. Well, like, it looks menacing, and that's how it should feel with this giant dude just walking towards you like, hey, I'm gonna kill you. He's like, oh, okay, you can kill me. That's fine. All right, this is a lava appreciation clip, but like, just look at the lava in here, dude. Like, look at how good it looks. Like, I'm losing prayer because I'm not looking like what it's attacking me right now. But like, just look at the lighting on it. Look at the glow on it. Look at how the lighting fades on it. Oh, gosh, dude. I can't get over how good it looks. And like, I'm saying that a lot, but I'm just utterly blown away at how good this looks. All right, now the majors. What do the majors look like? Because I don't really remember what they used to look like back in 08. Oh, dude, they look so sick. They look like a salamander, dude. Look at that. Look at that guy. Let's get a zoom on that. Melee me. Hurt me. I don't think there's actually a really big... I think he just bites you. I think it's all he does. But I wanted to see if there was a different animation for Melee. But, dude, they just look good. I think Blowpipe's actually better even with adamant darts. Better than a T-bow. But they look so good, dude. They look so good. Like, come on. You can't argue that does not look so much better than the traditional mage, right? You can't argue that. It just looks too good, dude. All right, time for double majors. And like I said earlier, normally the way that I would figure out which one like Jad was going to spawn on, they would be discolored. But as you can see here, like if they are discolored, it's very, very faint. So that is one downside, but it's not a huge downside, obviously, especially with them being this close. Like, I figure if I stand right here, I can definitely see Jad. And so we are going to get our first look at Jad with this client, and I'm hoping it lives up to what I think it's going to look like, because everything else in these caves have looked very good. Oh, look at him. Look at him. That's a range attack. I'm dead. Woo! Chance, dude. Look at him. Look at it. Look at the attacks. They look so good, dude. They look so good. Oh my god. What in the world? All right. Those are out. Let's get them off. Yeah, the animations are a little bit different than like what you're used to. So if you're used to doing this visually versus like with audio, it is a little bit different. Is there still one stuck on them? I think there is. There is one stuck on them still. Get over here. I'm just going to kill you because I'm not sure. Yep, there's another range one. All right, so I was told that his melee attack is actually kind of neat. So we're going to stand next to him and try to get him to punch me. Dude, punch me. Punch me. Dude. That's sick. He just straight up tries to punch you. That is awesome. Oh, that is so good, dude. Oh, that is so good. Now sit, idiot. That was a 35.5-minute Jad off task, by the way. That was decent. Oh my gosh, dude! And look at these Tazars. Like, look at them. They look so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then obviously we have to exchange this, right? We have to go for a pet. Man, wouldn't that have been great? Hold on. One thing I noticed this before. Like, look at the head. Look at the head animation. It's so smooth. The eyes even move, dude. It's so smooth. God, I can't. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. That melee is so funny. He just takes one of his like forearms and just like punches you. Oh, that's so good. Oh, I'm so giddy about that, dude. This client is so good. It looks so nice, dude. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys like. Oh, he's got a little tiny head. I'm pretty sure that's a bug. Got a little tiny head there, dude. This client is so good, though. It looks so neat. If you guys have other bosses that you guys want me to kill, like you want to see what they look like, what the environments look like and things like that, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to go kill them. I love playing around on this client. It looks so nice. Shout out to OP and Brainfree. They've done a wonderful job on this. Astounding just how good this is. And one thing I forgot to show you, but I noticed while doing the caves and I didn't zoom in on it. Okay, I want you to look at the bow animation when you attack, okay? So you're looking at my guy. All right, watch this. You feel the power, dude. You feel the power. Hold on, I want to see if the arrow looks any different. Yeah, look at that. So you look at the dragon arrow when you shoot it. It's like flaming, dude. Oh, that's sick. It looks so good. Ah! Okay. All right, that's going to do it. If you guys like the video, make sure to give it a like. Comment what bosses you want to see me go kill on this client next. And if you do want to see more OSHD, or I think it's HDOS. It is HDOS. OSHD was the bad one. If you want to see more HDOS, go ahead and subscribe. I will be making more of these videos. I will be transitioning this to be the client I use most of the time. This is phenomenal. This is phenomenal, dude.